Welcome everyone. We'll be starting with Unit 2, Part 2.1, Equity Research and Overview. The synopsis of the unit is as follows. Introduction, meaning, scope, goals of equity research, role of equity research, process of equity research, types of equity research, classification of stock, market participants will be discussing, role of equity research in capital market, different approaches to equity research. Today we will be discussing only three parts, that is introduction, goals, and role of equity research. What is equity research? Or we start with what is equity. Equity represents the shareholders' stake in the company as the definition goes. As stated earlier, the calculation of equity is a company's total asset minus its total liabilities. So every shareholder or every equity shareholder can also be expressed as a company's share capital or retained earnings less the value of its treasury shares. For example, if you own a car worth rupees 25,000, but you owe rupees 10,000 on that vehicle, the car represents rupees 15,000 equity. We can have another example. If a real estate project is valued at rupees 5 lakh and the loan amount is due rupees 4 lakh, the amount of owner's equity in this case is 1 lakh. Examples for shareholders' equity, stockholders' equity account include, like you have common stock, preferred stock, paid in capital in excess at par value, retained earnings, accumulated other comprehensive incomes. To put it simply, equity is ownership of an asset of value. In corporate finance, equity, more commonly referred to as shareholders' equity, refers to the amount of capital contributed by the owners. To put it in another way, equity is the difference between a company's total assets and company's total liabilities. Equity research primarily means analyzing companies' financials, perform ratio analysis, forecast financials in Excel, financial modeling, explore scenarios with objectives of making buy and sell stock investment recommendations. Goals of equity research basically represents the study of equity and stock for the purpose of investment. The foremost objective of equity research is to contribute investors with comprehensive financial analysis and guidance on whether to purchase, possess, or to sell the securities accordingly. The scope and role of equity research. The main aim of equity research is to analyze the market trend and observe how it is affecting companies' earnings and their stock value. It focuses on a particular stock or a sector as a whole and captures all the information of the stock or companies in a sector. To be very specific, the role of equity research is very critical, that fills the information gap between the buyers and sellers. The reason is that at all levels, individuals or institutional, may not have the resources, the companies, to analyze every stock. So additionally, full information is not provided by the management, due to which further inefficiencies are created and stock trade below or above the fair value. When we say below, it's undersubscribed. When we say above, it is oversubscribed. Equity research analysts spend a lot of time, energy, and expertise and stock follow the news, talking to the management, provide an estimate of stock valuations. Also, equity research tries to identify value stocks out of the massive ocean of stocks and helps the buyers to generate profit. Coming towards what is equity research, we can have several steps in equity research. Step number 1, we have performance valuation of listed companies. You take out the list of companies which are listed in the stock exchange and we can go through the performance valuation. Research the economic and industry parameters, that is fundamental analysis. Perform the fundamental analysis. Project revenues and profits of the companies. Valuation using the DE, discount compounded relative method. Compare the fair value. If the fair value is less than market value, then sell. If the fair value is greater than market value, then buy. This is the basic fundamentals of equity research. Top 10 equity research firms as of till date. We have JP Morgan, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, Credit Suisse, Barclays, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley. These are some of the top equity research firms which does conduct equity research for and giving out information to the investors. Thank you.